Memorial Day is observed on the last Monday of May. The federal holiday honors members of the U.S. military who gave their lives serving our country. The day was commonly known as Decoration Day in the years following the Civil War, an occasion for decorating the grave markers of service members. The name gradually changed to Memorial Day over the years and was officially changed by federal law in 1967. Many Americans observe Memorial Day by visiting memorials and cemeteries, holding family picnics, and participating in parades. Traditionally, Memorial Day also marks the beginning of summer, which is a very big deal for me. Yes, Memorial Day has become the unofficial start of summer for many of us. And 60% of us will attend a barbecue during Memorial Day weekend. In fact, Memorial Day is second only to Independence Day as the most popular weekend for grilling, with a pretty astonishing $1.5 billion spent on meat. According to stats, the top grilled items are steak at 58%, hamburgers at 55%, chicken at 42%, and sausages or hot dogs at 35%. But just throwing a piece of meat on a grill is not at all true barbecue, at least not in the traditional sense. Real barbecue is about meat cooked indirectly for a really long time. Now, no one is certain where the term barbecue originated, but most food historians agree that the Spanish conquistadors used the word barbacoa to refer to the Caribbean method of slow cooking meat. Over time, as this cooking style spread northward, then westward by settlers, certain barbecue flavors became entrenched in 4 regions of America. North Carolina likes the whole hog in a vinegar-based sauce. Memphis likes pulled pork shoulder with a sweet tomato-based sauce. Kansas City prefers pork ribs cooked with dry rub. And Texas, where I personally think they perfected barbecue when they expanded the menu from pork to beef brisket. So, this Memorial Day, as you're grilling out, you can thank the barbecue belt for preserving the carnivorous tradition that's about as American as you can get.
Tofu burgers. Just kidding. Carnivore! Wait. Pull. The boys of summer are back. Ow! Note to self, don't forget buns next time.
To start our journey through the history of Memorial Day, let's go to the battlefields of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, near the end of the American Civil War. This is the Gettysburg National Cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the final resting place for more than 3,500 Union soldiers killed at the Battle of Gettysburg in July of 1863. These hallowed grounds memorialize a bloody three-day Union victory, often called the turning point in the Civil War. A number of monuments and memorials stand in both the battlefield and the cemetery to commemorate the Union and Confederate troops who fought and died here. At the cemetery's dedication on November 19, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln delivered, quote, a few appropriate remarks, which went on to be known as the Gettysburg Address. His 2-minute speech served as a powerful memorial to the sacrifices of war, especially when the freedom, equality, and unity of our republic were most at stake. This is Soldiers' National Monument, which was completed and dedicated on July 1st, 1869, a few years after the Civil War. It stands at the center of Gettysburg National Cemetery, near the location where Lincoln delivered his famous address. According to the National Park Service, that large statue on top represents Liberty. She is supported by this pedestal with 18 bronze stars. The stars represent the dead soldiers buried here at Gettysburg, men from all 18 Union states fighting in the Civil War. War is symbolized by a statue of a soldier who tells the story of the battle to history. History records the heroic feats of the battle and the names of the honored dead. Peace is represented by an American mechanic with his tools. Plenty is illustrated by a woman with a sheaf of wheat and the fruits of the earth. And this inscription here at the bottom contains the last 4 lines of President Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, which read, "It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth." When all the elements of this statue are viewed together, like many other statues in our great country, it presents important history. Here we see the symbolic story of American peace and plenty living under freedom, following a heroic struggle among its own people. On a spring day in 1865, Henry C. Wells, a druggist in Waterloo, New York, watched a lone widow walk to the town's cemetery to place flowers on the grave of her deceased husband, a Civil War soldier. How soon they forget, Wells thought, resolving to do something to make sure that those who gave their lives in defense of the Republic would not be forgotten. Working with the U.S. military, Wells planned the first Decoration Day, or Memorial Day, in Waterloo in 1866. For over 150 consecutive years, Waterloo's citizens have remembered the day with prayer services and patriotic ceremonies. On May 26, 1966, that commitment inspired President Lyndon Johnson to sign a presidential proclamation recognizing Waterloo, New York, as the official birthplace of Memorial Day. Let's return to Pennsylvania and check out another memorable town in the history of Memorial Day. This is the borough of Doylestown in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. We're about 25 miles north of Philadelphia and about 65 miles south of New York City. Doylestown dates back to 1745, when William Doyle built a tavern here at a strategic intersection connecting a number of towns in Pennsylvania. Within a few years, 2 more watering holes joined Mr. Doyle at the same intersection, and Doylestown was born. This is the historic Doylestown Cemetery, first established in 1849 when William Rogers and a group of citizens purchased a 10-acre tract of land. Their vision was to create a beautiful garden-like atmosphere where people could warmly remember their loved ones, as opposed to the stark, cold cemeteries that were the norm during that period in history. Over the years, the Doylestown Cemetery has expanded to 33 acres, including a peaceful collection of gardens, sculptures, and memorials. The Doylestown Cemetery made the national map in 1868 when the citizens of Doylestown decorated the grave markers of their fallen Civil War heroes and held the town's first annual Decoration Day parade in their honor. This parade was held every year since, earning Doylestown the award for the nation's longest continually running Memorial Day parade. Sadly, Doylestown's 151-year streak was broken in 2020 when the Memorial Day parade was canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But don't be daunted, citizens of Doylestown. It's just an opportunity to start a new streak.
Oh, hi. It's TV's Dave Stotts, and I'm here to tell you to hit the thing and make sure you ring the thing for more of drive-through history, because that's what we all need.